SD card in. Robot voice off. We on?
I'm good.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fully Lacking podcast. I am your host, Anthony, with my co-host and co-creator, Drew. And the 8th Dragon Ball, the last piece of the Triforce, producer Lisa, behind the boards. How are we doing today?
Listen,
You like
this is episode 19, and you don't get any more speaking lines, Buck. How about that? I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm doing good. I feel like we were just here. We were just doing this.
episode 19.5?
Episode 19.5 minus Mr. Roboto because we sounded like robots for like 20 minutes of that. We may be hiring for a new producer. A huge benefit is if your name is Lisa because our crowd likes producer Lisa. So put your resumes in the comments or swipe right on his Tinder profile.
I mean, in all
Or
fairness,
for Wednesdays. Why is there so many letters in Wednesday, by the way? Wednesday's day.
mayonnaise days.
Man,
That was.
mayonnaise days for all.
I mean, it's been a month of technical issues for us, largely on your boy right here with video editing and what have you. But we are here today. We are in the highest of spirits. I'm doing well, man. I'm glad to be here. We had some good cookies last night, except for the one that you pranked me into eating.
Listen, I couldn't understand the flavor. We now know it's coconut. You are not a fan of coconut. I only like almond joys, but everything else is basura. I didn't know, but I know that it almost made me throw up. I did sacrifice myself, though.
Don't.
I finished eating the cookie because I was so apologetic about it.
It's such a.
I wanted to punish myself because I
hate you.
hurt you.
I hate you.
Healthy? Put it in the comments.
Look, how long approximately, let's tap into producer Lisa. Approximately how long does it take to determine a flavor of something that you're eating?
I don't know, but we don't eat coconut often. So maybe he didn't know.
I didn't know.
Wow, she's shooting you bail.
Well, no, I don't
Y'all are
need
in a
bail.
good space
Nah.
today. Therapy's working.
I don't need bail, but if I did, she knows where the debit card's at. But what I'm saying is, that's a solid. I have a solid point.
You had a mischievous look on your face as soon as
Say
I
that word
consumed
again.
cookie. Mischievous.
Nope, mischievous.
It's not mischievous.
I don't think it's mischievous
It's
either.
mischievous.
It's what?
Mischievous.
I think it's.
It's
Mischievous.
it's married to Mr. Cheevious.
I think it's What is it? How do you say it? I think. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Macheesy, the cheesiest.
The cheesiest machiever you've ever machieved.
Anywho, I don't like coconut. And we got an assorted, and I should have excluded the coconut too from those cookies because they were like, anything you don't like? And I said, no lemon cookies.
Boo.
They still snuck some of those in for, right? Did you have, no there wasn't, right?
There was lemons on top of the coconut.
Yeah.
They were limes.
But they got the coconut one in there. Mm-hmm. And I got to practice giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to take a couple of days for me to really get over feeling betrayed.
Listen, you can feel as betrayed as you want to, right? That's for you. That's your journey to go on from now on. You're on a journey, bud, and I hope you get to where you're going.
I'm going to work on rebuilding my trust with you.
Don't. I would never put something in front of you that you wouldn't want to eat. It was not, and I say this to all of our viewers, our watchers, it was not my intention to hurt you. And I'm sorry.
It's fair. I'm in the process of a comeback from a rough month, and that felt like a bump in my journey.
Well, you know what I do during rough months? Not bumps. Zen.
That's not going in their commercial.
Yes, it is.
For our listeners, Drew tried to casually and smoothly pull up the canister of this poison he ingests daily, and he fumbled it. He fumbled the bag, and it went into the recycling.
And it's plastic. It's plastic.
Aflac.
No, easy. Respect who you're talking with.
Oh, my bad.
You don't even.
There are affiliations that I'm insulting with that joke, so I apologize.
Pause. Two things I'm going to say right now. One, shout out to my son. Listen here. This is what he does, okay? I'm in bed.
What's your son's name?
What?
Your son.
What?
What's your son's?
Erickson.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Erickson, yeah. So I'm in bed. EK jumps on the bed, jumps on my back, puts his hand in the air as to be a reenactment of the Statue of Liberty. And he says, liberty, 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 right? This kid has gotten under my skin so many times. I talk about my sister who passed. He will bring up my sister who's not passed. And he says, oh, you mean the one that survived, Dad? When I'm talking about my dad, he's like, Dad, he's dead. My son is a subtle savage. He's a savage, bro. He's like Lisa 2.0. He cooks you for no reason. The second thing, I know I don't have product in my hair. Do you want to know why? This is a big moment. I'm giving a huge shout out to my dog, bro, Shayna. She got me this new shampoo. She is in the hair field. I would call it that. The hair industry. And she has the hair field.
She a farmer?
And she has product. She has product availability. And she got me this greenest turquoise bottle, right? And it's called Moroccan oil. Oh, I wish I could just put my entire body in this bottle and just shimmy around a little bit. It smells so good, dude. It smells so good.
Does it smell like coconut?
I don't want to. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
So I don't want to put product in my hair because I won't be able to smell it all day. So those are the two things I have to say. This episode is sponsored by the incredible people at Caliber Collision. People, listen, Caliber Collision makes car accidents like they never happened. Car accidents, minor hail damage, minor collisions like it never happened, with a team of experts, right, who understand what you're going through and will get you back on the road safely and as quick as possible. Caliber Collision is restoring the rhythm of your life, baby.
Speaking of sons.
Yes.
My son Jackson.
5?
No, he's 8.
He's 8, yeah.
No, he I let him sleep in my bed last night. Usually he just sneaks in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. And so I let him last night, and that little boy just did the clock movement, just counterclockwise.
The tornado move.
Just kicking me every hour of the night. And so I was grumpy for half the morning with him, and I know it's not the best way to manage it, but it was just rough. And you know, the last month I've been struggling with sleep, and you know, I had an embarrassing moment at the gas station because of sleep not long ago.
All right.
Right.
What?
So I was, as a result of my own poor decisions, I needed to gas up right before going to work when I had an appointment. And it was like 12:50. I'm like, I'm already going to be late for this appointment. Let me just go gas up real quick.
Yeah.
So I go to the nearest Circle L, because I'm not going to plug them. You know, it's you can never guess the gas station.
You just should have made it like a whole different shape.
Oh, you're right.
Rectangular O.
Triangle P.
Triangle P.
Yeah.
Like
So
that. Triangle P.
I pull in, I gas up, and my car, I just recently got a car, not to flex or anything, but it shows the gas range you have, and that's how I determine if I got gas in my car. I gas up, and I look, and it still shows 1 mile left to go. And I'm like, my car's new. I must have gone, something is going wrong with their machine here. So I go in like a Karen, and I'm tired, so it's not my best representation. It doesn't go. And they're like, we don't know what to tell you. And so I'm already a little annoyed.
Shaky, a little upset.
So I'm like, well, like
there's no gas in my
They're like,
car.
why don't you just drive around a little bit? I have 1 mile left to go. I'm going to be out of gas. I'm going to find out that way.
That's not how that works.
I have a new, and I don't.
Have you not been broke in your life? Like, dude, my when my truck says fuel level low right now, I got another 20 miles.
No, I'm familiar, and I do that even when I'm not broke.
You know,
like I've tested the limits of that.
Yeah, right now,
but
I
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't risk it. And so I'm like, I got a new car. It's not my car. It's your gas station. I look like a jerk. There's people online, but flexing that I have a new car to say, hey, it's you. So then I pull
they're
around.
Like, sir, you mean the Mazda out there?
that dusty thing.
That dusty
Yeah.
thing.
So I pull around to the other little tank, and I check my mileage again, and the number changes.
Your
I'm not
car
going back. It
car
was
wasn't on, huh?
It was no. It was my car was just a little delayed in counting the miles.
Did you just leave?
I'm not going back
You'll
to that
never
gas
return?
station like ever again. Ever again. I'm not going back to that.
Triangle P.
Yeah. That trapezoid Q. I'm not going back there. It's just too embarrassing.
I had a fully lacking moment this morning.
Tell us about
Also at a gas station.
it. All right.
I walk in. I have Erickson with me, right? EK just starts pointing things out that he wants. I'm like, no, dude. We're here. We're going to run because mom's at the store. We got to go get her before she walks out and she thinks we abandoned her, right? I go and I'm like, hey, let me get a can of your finest Zen, please. Buy the Zen, put it in my pocket. Thanks so much. Get in the truck, leave. Dude, I have no gas in my truck now.
Yeah.
I go to pick her up at the store and I'm like, oh my God. And so I got to put gas. I think it happens to the best of us. Also, I don't know if this is just me because I really enjoy being around people. I think you can tell. I really, really embrace people when they're around me. And
He's
so,
a social butterfly.
well, yeah. Thanks, dude. I look pretty just now. Do it again.
I'm not doing that one again.
One more time.
No.
Please.
No.
Please for me.
No.
Well, I had friends that were going to be at our house. They were actually already here.
Oh.
I had friends that were already at our house. They were already over there, right? So I was like, man, I got to hang out, do all this. So I was rushing, of course, and I forgot. We did get to the house. We made a cool breakfast. That was cool. It was a good morning.
I've left the gas station after paying inside and not getting gas. Just here's the money. Here, take some money, Bevron.
What are you, blood, bro? You in a gang now?
The brookie.
Yeah.
Had some brookies last night.
Bockley Big Bookies.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't even want to mess around with that.
Yeah. Pause for gang edit.
You better leave this in.
Yeah. So I mean, we're in a different space in life, right? You talk about us having been broke before, and we both come from impoverished. Remember that word? Impoverished childhoods.
Yeah.
Right. So our standards for what money is and what it used to be have evolved.
Impoverish. He calls it impoverish. I call it inappropriate to have kids if you have that much money.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What lets you know you were poor, and what did you look up to as rich back in the day?
I have a couple. Spinning rims were a big one. Spinning rims were a huge deal because we didn't have rims at all, right? We barely had tires.
Yeah.
There was wires sticking out of our tires.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Another thing was my Aunt Barbara and Uncle Sel. Shout out to them. It's my Aunt Barbara's birthday today. Shout out to the best mom in the world. I love you so much. We had, clap it up. They had an intercom system in their house.
What?
They had an intercom system in their house. The main controller was on the top floor in the dining room. If we were in the bedrooms, they'd be like, all right, breakfast is ready, guys, come up. If it was holidays and we're all hanging out, they'd play music throughout the house. It was sick, dude. It was so sick.
I've always wanted, whenever I was moving into this current house, I wanted that for my house, just have music playing across the
So
house.
cool. It's so cool, dude. So cool. I just think it's awesome. I think our forever home will have stuff like that for sure. Not so much an intercom system, but I want a room that's specifically for video, movies and specialty events, fights and stuff like that. And it has surround sound, so I can also play games in there. That's the kind of stuff that I would see as a kid, and I'm like, oh, remember Everyone Was a Millionaire who made a little bit of money? They always had the good snacks, the name brand snacks. That's how you knew. They didn't have Dr. Thunder. They had Dr. Pepper.
Mr.
Right?
Pibb.
Mr. Pibb.
Shasta.
Shasta. What was the other one? I'm trying to think. It was a knockoff Sierra Mist.
I can't remember it either.
What the heck was it?
If you're listening and you remember the knockoff,
Shasta.
Not Shasta.
Shasta.
Oh, so it was the same thing.
Okay.
Two different enunciations. Garage.
Indeed.
That was a great battle online on Facebook. One of our loyal listeners, Renee, and then another friend of ours, Britt, they were actually calling Lisa out for her Santa Girl lingo.
No, but
Yeah.
Cinna's on my side.
I guarantee if I called Sinner right now, he'd be like, bro, if I would be like, hey, yo, if I told you not to be friends with Lisa anymore, would you still be friends with Lisa? And he would say no.
Prove it.
Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Drew's calling of the week. Going to my boy Senna. Let's see. Yes.
This is a wild...
Couples who know each other's passcodes stay together. Let me see. Senna.
You know what he's under, right?
I do. I'm not going to show the camera.
Oh, no.
Which one is it? Is it my Senna or is it Senna? See if he answers. All right.
What up?
Hey, yo, what up, my boy?
Shit at work was good with you.
You on the podcast right now. It's a weekly call of the week, okay? This is what's happening. We're having a heated debate. I just need a simple yes or no.
Heated debate.
Because Lisa, I think, has gotten too big for her britches. I know that's your dog. If I said, Senna, me and Lisa aren't together anymore, you can't rock with her anymore, tell me you're cutting her off.
Yeah.
End of discussion. That's my brother.
I'm not helping you.
I love you, dog. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you, okay?
All right, thank y'all. Be safe.
All right, bro. That was the end of it.
I think
Is that a mic drop
I
moment?
think he needs to be safe after that comment.
Can I say that is that a mic drop moment though? That's a mic drop moment.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. I would never tell him to stop being your friend. If there was a camera on producer Lisa, you wouldn't see her playing her farm game while we record. No, you would see her in utter shock right now. Are you hurt to your core? He's gonna text you. He's like, I'm just kidding. Anyways, that was
just for the
Drew's
pod.
calling of the week. What about you? Like, what were things that you saw that you're like, yeah, these guys are rich?
I think rich is 2-story house. You
Okay.
know?
Yeah, that's fair. Lisa had one of those, huh?
Lisa had it all.
She had heated floors. Bro.
What? No way.
She had a heated floor. Yes or no?
I'm mad at you.
But why? Why are you mad?
Because Cinna's my friend.
Oh, okay. He's your friend, babe.
No.
She's
He
so
can
sad.
be your friend.
Cinna was excited about my heated floors.
No, Sinna was not. Legend was.
Whatever.
If we're gonna say that Lisa had that, what did you also grow up in before you moved into that house? A much smaller house, correct?
Yes,
She never lived in a double wide or anything, but
I did.
perfect. I just needed to bring it
she
out of
came
you.
from some humble roots.
She
Okay.
came. Her parents. Listen, her parents worked their butts off. I respect them very much for that. So yeah.
So, okay. I remember a particular time in my life, and I don't think I've shared this in the pod before, but you used to get spam mail from Publishers Clearinghouse. And
Is that the ones that would bring a check to your
yes, I was
to your house?
gullible. I was a very gullible young man. I was maybe 8 or 9. And so we got it. And so
dude, you're
I,
a 10.
I filled out, thank you.
Yeah.
So I filled out the paperwork and sent it back. My mom was like, oh, yeah. Like, you know, just letting me believe that we're going to
Be an adult. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I said, hey, like they sent another letter where they're saying they're coming on this day and time. So like everyone has to be ready. We have to get all dressed up. We're gonna be on TV. They're gonna take a picture with the big check. I made I made sure everyone was ready for that moment of disappointment.
Yeah, no,
Because they did not show up. No one came with the big check. We continued living right above the
Yeah.
poverty line with
Yep.
you know, getting our needs met and a little bit of extra stuff that I'm sure my parents went into debt for to
Of
make
course.
sure we had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was, and I was always kind of focused on money, which hopefully got me a little bit out of where I was before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as you know, like brands, I mean, it was just name brands. It wasn't like designer brands. If you had Nike, if you had Adidas, you know, best pair of shoes I had was a $90 pair of N1s for basketball that
Fire.
probably got about 5 minutes of court time. It just wasn't. It was, you know, I didn't have. I had a starter jacket. Maybe that was probably I got it from JCPenney, a
good.
Bulls one.
That's a good one.
My favorite
You
player
have
was
one of those
weirdly
too.
Scottie Pippen. It
Really?
Was, yeah.
It wasn't Michael Jordan.
I've always been a little different.
I
but
like Dennis Rodman a lot. I know that sounds crazy, but that boy was reckless, and
It's a
I
little bit more
rocked with
open.
him. Yeah,
It's a more open take these days.
yeah. No, I rocked with Rodman. I knew that I was probably a little financially challenged when in elementary I got Shaqs. For sure. Look, ain't nothing wrong with him. That story behind Shaq creating that line is crazy. They offered Shaq this huge shoe deal, right? Nike, I think, or a big shoe line. And he was at a game, and when he was leaving, a mom caught him in the stands and was like, how are you going to put your name on a shoe that we can't even afford? So he called them. He said, no, we're not doing this. And then he created the Shaq line to make it an affordable shoe for kids. Shaq has been, and I don't think people talk about it, and we'll get off it soon, but Shaq, when it comes to like people who are truly like for the people and who have come from humble beginnings and have done things with their money, dude, it's Shaq. Shaq has always done crazy things like that. He builds houses for people. He buys cars for people. If he's at a store, he'll end up buying the whole store their stuff. Like I just one day like to have the financial stability and availability to do stuff like that. That would be awesome. But yeah, Shaq's was like, that was when I knew, okay. But then when I got to high school, I got some Fat Farms. I got Fat Farms with the big laces. And
look, everyone, you can leave the comments out of the comment section. We are both aware he's a large man, Fat Farm. It's an easy joke. It's low-hanging fruit. You don't need to pick it. Leave my friend alone. Leave me alone.
You didn't have to open the door.
Sorry.
Now they're going to do it. Now they're going to flood the comments. Was there a weight limit on those Fat Farms? There wasn't, by the way. Freshman year, I was like, I stopped playing like group sports and stuff. And so I didn't really have that. But like growing up, did you play sports growing up?
I mean, if you want to count. I mean, I did a little league. I did
baseball?
basketball.
Yeah.
I did t-ball. I did regular baseball until I realized I couldn't.
Yeah, I think I did football for sure, right?
Yeah.
Until I got to high school. I did basketball until I got to, I think, middle school. I did wrestling. Wrestling was really fun. I did that in high school too. I mean, in middle school too. I don't know. I don't know about like sports, but I do know some of my best moments were in one of those fields.
Did your dad ever coach?
No. My dad had a coach, but back then it was weird. They call it different. They called it a sponsor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It just got that.
His coach was nice.
Yeah, my dad coached basketball.
Okay.
For the city with me, and then coached t-ball. And he was just, I mean, he wasn't. Our team probably lost every single game because he was just super laid back. I mean, it's a trait I've always kind of like liked and hopefully try to carry on. But
I had the darkest joke. I mean, it was the darkest joke.
Hit it.
He didn't coach driver's ed, did he?
Pause for crying.
Was that solid though? Can I get a pound on that
good.
one? Shout out to Anthony's pops. Love the man. Yeah. Couldn't drive to save his life, but I mean,
Literally.
no, I didn't mean. Oh my god.
What would you mean that?
I guess. Oh my god.
I'm not religious, but you know.
That's how you know it, because he did it with the left hand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude.
It's like the little mob thing whenever you're signifying disrespect. Inside joke there.
Inside joke.
Yeah. I mean, he coached sports. I mean, it didn't ultimately lead to many sports skills on my part because, you know, I played racquetball and I tried racquetball in college.
Yeah.
I ended up with an eye patch.
You got hit in the face with a...
Yeah, I mean, you have you played? You familiar?
I mean, I understand it, yeah.
Closed off room, racket, ball.
Yeah.
Very high velocity.
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to wear those like
The goggles.
the
They
goggles,
look like they're
the
like
bulls.
cutting goggles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Those welding goggles.
Safety glasses.
I did not, and I got my clock cleaned with it, and just you know.
Oh man.
And I had it messed up my eye for a little bit. I was damaged. I was a damaged young man.
I think I got a lot of injuries in sports, but always like fingers or ankles. Like obviously I'm a big dude. I was always a big kid. And in football, I was a menace, right? Like, I loved football, bro. Like, there was things, like, people that I played football with when I was 4, like, I still are friends. Like, Nico, I blocked for him my whole life until I got to high school. And then he obviously went off and he played in college. He was an incredible athlete. He still is. And, but I had some pretty, did you have any, like, superstar moments in your sports careers as a adolescent or young adult?
I mean, my statistics for basketball were pretty abysmal. My closest was I remember we were I mean, I went to Socorro High. Shout out the Warriors.
Soco Loco.
Soco Loco. And we were in Tier C. And I was open for a 3. And I shot it. And it bounced around the rim enough where the crowd was like, oh, like you kind of hear that in my head. I don't know if that was real.
Did it go in?
And it bounced out.
Oh,
that was my moment. That was the closest to a moment I got. The other kind of close moment was in basketball again. I had a friend who was, I don't know, he was probably 6'1", and he was able to dunk. Only kid in the school who could dunk. And we were, I don't remember where we were, but we were out of town. And he always said, like, if you get the ball, just like lob it down to me so I can dunk it. I had the opportunity, but they closed in on me, and I turned that over right quick. He was pretty upset with me.
Yeah.
But those were kind of my almost sports moments. You got any? Being that you got the Al Bundy speeches going on. Do you have the 4 touchdowns at Polk High that you can speak of?
Well, no, not Polk High. I did not get the ball much when it came to football because I was a lineman. I did I was pretty good at basketball. I was right under the rim, you know what I mean? And so I got a lot of layups, got a lot of fouls, made a lot of free throws and stuff. In football, though, I will tell you this. It's kind of similar to your 3-point story. There was a guy who's dear to my heart still. His name's Jeremy Brooks. Shout out to Brooks. I know he's listening to this. He listens to every episode. He was a big boy like me, but he was fast. Like I was fast, but not fast like Jeremy. And they had a play called Big Mac where they would give it to Jeremy and go right up the gut. And it was similar to like the 85 Bears with the fridge. If you guys know football, you guys know that the fridge was a massive offensive and defensive player, I think. And he would, every now and then, he would take it when they were on the goal line and he would take it up the gut. So they did this for Jeremy. And I was a standout lineman. And they're like, yo, let's give Drew the ball. First one, there was a penalty and I remember it. First one, there was a penalty before the ball was snapped. We went back 5 yards. We're in the huddle. Derek Nunez was our quarterback, and he was like, listen, let's get this guy a touchdown. I'm like, heck yeah. So I'm behind.
Getting you hyped up.
Dude, I was hyped. So I'm standing there. I'm ready. Derek hikes that ball. I get it right in the bread basket. I mean, if it's in the bread basket as a running back, that's the best handoff you can get. I hit that hole, and I thought I saw the promised land, dude. And I didn't see the promised land. I saw like 9 helmets. And what I did was, because I'm a lineman, I went to block and just completely let go of the ball, fumbled it, turned it over. It is what it is. It wasn't my proudest moment, but that was a 3-point story, right?
Yeah.
I have some good moments. We were playing, I think it's middle school level, and we were playing Santo Domingo, and it's a little pueblo, I guess you would call it, outside of Santa Fe. Not super athletic at football, I guess, at that level. And I got the handoff. Like, I was on defense. I was a defensive nose guard. And I ran over the center. And as the quarterback was trying to hand off the ball, I just caught it. And then I fell. So that was a cool moment.
That is super cool.
I did a lot of cool stuff like that. But I wasn't like a running guy. I didn't like get touchdowns and stuff. No. But I made some good plays for sure. I was active, dude, on defense. I was out there making moves. And yeah, I could call my coach right now. He'll tell you it was fun. I had a good time. Football was fun for me.
That's dope. Producer Lisa, were you in any sports? Some volleyball? Some cheer?
Where were you in? Tell the people.
I did a variety of things.
Okay.
Basketball.
She was not on the A. She was not on the B team. She was on the A team.
Basketball.
That was elementary, though.
Yep.
Volleyball in middle and high school, and then karate.
Oh, okay. I explained some stuff that we can't talk about on there.
Not just normal karate. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting in the presence of a 2nd-degree black belt holder. Producer Lisa doesn't tell us a lot, but she has a 2nd-degree black belt in Shotokan, and it's pretty impressive. Today, we were at this self-defense thing for Erickson's school, and we were talking to the sensei, and I was like, yeah, she actually did. She did this when she was growing up. He said, what kind? And then she said, Shotokan. He goes, oh, yeah, that's real, like, hard-hitting, direct contact. And, like, he, like, started doing the moves. And Lisa was like, yup. And I looked at her. I was like, dang.
See the fire in her eyes?
Bro, no, I think that, I really do. Like, I don't think people realize it, dude. She hits like a truck. When Lisa throws a shot, bro, it's it lands. Even when she's like being cute, she's like, let's fight. Bro, it hurts. I'm not happy. Like, it's not fun for me to get abused. Shout out to my mom. I can take the hits, right? But man, Lisa hits hard. We got to give producer Lisa her dap.
Senna, did you hear that?
Oh,
I knew she was going there.
sports was cool. I like sports a lot. I played it a lot. Wrestling is where I got my first kiss. What? Is that not normal?
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
How many times have you wished you could make it like it never happened?
Too many.
We're not talking about the mistakes in your life, unfortunately.
Oh, just the accidents?
Accidents. Because
Okay,
a caliber
okay.
collision, they can do that for car accidents. Minor collisions, hail damage, all that stuff.
Okay.
They have a highly trained team of specialists and experts located throughout the New Mexico area that you can count on. They understand what you're going through and will get you back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Because what their goal is restoring the rhythm of your life.
Little rhythm. A little shimmy shake, baby.
Caliber collisions.
Let's go. I could dive into it.
Let's dive in.
So I was a bigger boy in elementary, of course, and I wrestled for the Gonzales Barracudas. And there was a girl on the team who was a little bit older, but she was also like, she was not big, but she was just bigger. And there was nobody else that I could wrestle with. So they had me wrestle with her. And, you know, you get into your position, you're ready, and you start, you know, hand fighting and stuff. And when I like took her down, when I went to take her down, she went to like sprawl, and her head came up and my head went down, and we got me one in. We both kind of stopped, and the coach was like, whoa, all right. And he like told her to go with somebody, told me to go with someone. And yeah, shout out to her.
You to that locker room. You to that locker room. Don't look at each other for the next 48 hours
He was
while
nervous.
I talk to the principal.
The coach was nervous. He was like, all right, you guys go, and then you go. I was like, dude, we're okay.
It's probably like an off the books decision he made to have you two wrestle.
It was I didn't even think about that till just now. He probably shouldn't have had us wrestling each other.
Yeah.
For sure. But wrestling was cool too. I had a lot of fun wrestling. It was the only thing that sucked is anybody who's done wrestling meets knows that like they're an all day extravaganza, right? It's even longer for the heavyweights. So you're waiting all day till they get to your weight class. Like they start at like 65 pounds and I was in the 3 digits, right? And so all I would do was like eat snacks and just be like full. And then they'd call me up and I'd get pinned because I was just full of like Frito pies and Twix, you know what I mean? And, but no, I did a lot of wrestling meets. That was cool. I won too. I would win. I think I got a couple gold medals at those. And these are as kids. I wasn't like a high school wrestler or like collegiate athlete, but it was cool. I had fun.
I never won. It reminded me with you saying meets is track meets, and I was in.
You're
track.
a runner?
Well, yeah, if you want to call it that.
Oh, what'd you do?
Well, I tried to run. I lost every heat that I was in except. Well, I didn't beat anyone. I shouldn't say one because that's too high of a standard.
Yeah.
I was the slowest in every heat that I ran.
Yeah.
Until one fateful afternoon.
Okay.
I don't recall which small town city it was in here in New Mexico. But you know, the whistle or whatever went off. And there was a larger gentleman. I think I did like the 400 or something.
Did you know you were gonna smoke him? Were you looking at him when you guys were on the blocks and you're like, oh, I got him?
He looked a little slow in more than one way, just not physically. He seemed to possibly have some sort of delay, more than physically. You know what I'm saying? Yes, something like that. Oof. So as soon as it hit, I just heard my friends cheering me on more than they ever cheered me on because they saw that I was finally beating someone in that track meet. And so I ran with the wind behind my back, lightning in my toes, fire in my heart.
Okay.
Reached the finish line.
Dude, I'm getting hype. You won.
And I won.
Yes,
I didn't
victorious.
win, but I won.
You beat that guy.
I beat that guy.
Yeah.
And yeah,
All right.
track wasn't for me either.
That was their okay. All right. Yeah, no, that's big. Congratulations. That was good, dude.
Yeah.
This
is all in 1 year. Basketball, track. I was the soccer water boy because my friends were all on the team. So I just got on all the trips.
That's cool. You would have got a ring. Super Bowl players, they get rings if they're the water people and the
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
There was a kid that I played ball with in middle school. His name was Anthony. Sorry, but it was. I don't want to say that he had any type of disability. He was he was a different kid. He was different. And the team sports hasn't changed much, right? There's always one form or another of like hazing, and they tease you and stuff like that. And at that level, it was the same. And so I think what happened was Anthony got hazed a lot. People teased him, and he was kind of a smaller 8th grader. And one of the guys that teased him was like always on him. And so there's a drill. In this drill, every football guy who really took football seriously knew that Oklahoma Day was a big day. The Oklahoma drill, I mean, there's been so many basketball players made from that drill. I say that respectfully, but it's true. And if you don't know what Oklahoma drill is, you are helmet to helmet on your back. One player gets the ball. You know, coach blows that Fox 40, you're up, and you're either trying to make the play on the runner, or the runner's trying to get away and get a touchdown. Well, somehow, Anthony got lined up with the villain of his life. And I saw this fire in his eyes that you're talking about, like you had when you were racing Old Grilled Cheese. And what happened was Anthony absolutely smoked this kid. I mean, and it's not like there's a bunch of groups. There's one group. Half the team is on one side, half the team is on the other, and you're in like this tunnel of people screaming and get him, blah, blah, blah. And so the energy's up. The energy's up and it's rising and everybody's getting amped. And so I think the more athletic people were kind of like excited to see Anthony kind of get, pummeled. Not today, buddy. He had been waiting for this day, and that whistle blew, and Anthony was up before that guy could even turn around, and he freaking steamrolled him. I mean, ball popped out and everything. That kid got surrounded by the team, and they're jumping and lifting him up and stuff, and it was a good day for old Anthony. I think that was a big day for him.
Underdog moments really define.
It was cool, yeah. I think anything that you do, like if there's somebody that you're kind of like counting out, that has one of those like electrifying moments, you got to root for him no matter what, right? There's a fighter that's down, 3 rounds, and it's a 5-round fight, and in the 4th round they come, and 5th round they come, and it's freaking Kamaru Usman who's just been walking through, and then all of a sudden, old headshot bang hits him with that leg kick, and it's over with, right?
Yeah.
And I think that happened in UFC. Leon Edwards, that's how he got his title, and it's just like you said, the underdog story.
All of these sports stories got me pumped up, and it reminds me of what really pumps up producer Lisa.
Oh man. Oh yeah, these aren't here just because they're here. No. Producer Lisa, I'd like you to go mic hot. We're gonna talk to you a little bit. This is officially PSL week. And if you don't know what PSL stands for, it stands for pumpkin spice latte, baby. Starbucks is Lisa's holy ground. It's her drug. It's her addiction of sorts. These are not scattered around my house. They're properly placed in cabinets in our kitchen. You can't buy any more, huh? And why can't you buy any more?
I don't have any more room.
She has no more cabinet room, people. Lisa's a Starbucks lover. Lisa, real quick for the fans, if they want to just send you some Starbucks bread, what's your drink of choice?
Well, during this season, it'd be a PSL.
PSL? Normal days?
A grande iced skinny vanilla latte with blonde espresso.
I don't know what any of those words mean. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
You gotta say it's like a test. It's like a test. You're at the dinger. You're at the order box, and they're like, "How can we help you today?" And I'm like, "Yes, can I please get a grande iced skinny vanilla latte with blonde espresso?" They're like, "Oh, hey, Drew." I had to memorize it because she is very specific about her Starbucks beverage.
That's why I'm single. I'd mess up that order 9
That's
out of
not
10
why.
times, bro. Or we want to go there, right? No, it's for PSL.
It's PSL week. How does it feel? What was it like when you got to the drive-thru? Or no, you did a mobile order, right?
I did, yes.
What was it like when you got there and you said, "I'm here to pick up an order for Lisa," and they said, "We'll see you at the window," and you got that amazing treasure in a cup and you put it up to your mouth and the deliciousness of PSL hit your lips. What was it like? Explain
Rust your
it.
taste buds like that Anthony kid did to the villain in the story. Just rushed your taste buds and flammed them. What was it like
What
for
was
you?
it? I don't know what fland means, but I like the word. It's okay. I think you tried to say blammed. Do you know what you tried to say just now? No?
What was it like?
What was it?
It was delicious. I wish it was a little colder, so it felt a little more folly, but it was still good.
I get it. Yeah. No, I too have grown a love for Starbucks. Not because I actually drink them much. Look at her arm starting. You see that? She's doing stretches. Yeah, Anthony knows. But because Lisa has me go there sometimes at 4:30 a.m. to get her cups that drop.
That's love right there. Even though they're not like married or nothing, because neither of them are willing to concede on taking a paper to the office to really make it official. Like it's still some sort of love going on right here.
I take care of
ever
her.
question that.
I take care of my dog, yo. She wants Starbucks. She gets Starbucks. PSL is a big day for her. Yeah, it's good. You know what gets me amped up though? Really, really gets me going.
I don't.
It's people who follow us on social media, baby. We have social media accounts across the interwebs. We have TikTok. We have Instagram. We have a Facebook page. How many followers are we up to on our Facebook page?
I think it's in the 460 range.
Come on, dude. YouTube, and Spotify. Listen, all you got to do on YouTube is you got to go there. You're watching this video right now. We're looking at each other eye to eye. Yeah. What is that? Captain Hook? Oh, I guess everybody has those old mouses with the ball in it still, right? So you're going to tap like, you're going to tap subscribe, and you're going to put that little bell symbol. You're going to light that up too. That's how we get this going, baby. You got to like the videos. You got to subscribe. We're doing this. This is episode 19. You understand? We got a new background, right? We got a new intro for you viewers that are watching it on YouTube.
New thumbnail.
New thumbnail coming soon. And we are officially a sponsored podcast, baby. You understand what's happening right now? We are growing. We're growing in the best of ways, and we couldn't do it without you guys, our viewers, our watchers. Keep hitting play, keep hitting like, hit subscribe. We're going to see you next time. This is the Fully Lacking Podcast. Peace.